All right, here we go. This is Mark Rowan. I'm treasurer here giving my financial report. Um, First area I would like to look at is the comparative statement of budgeted operations. Joe's going to be navigating through this as I talk through it. First area I would like to look is year-to-date line. Oops, flip my page over here. Look at net Friends of Scouting line 14. If you notice, our actual is 89,000. Our budget is 147. That's 55,000 off the mark. A lot of that is from funds being contributed to the Centennial campaign instead of being given to the Friends of Scouting, which is understandable. However, we still want to strive to hit our budgeted amounts, of course. Next line I'd like to look at is line 20. You see net special events. We're currently sitting at 154,000. Our budget was 142. So we're about $12,000 ahead of where we were. So good job, good participation at the events. Let's keep that up. Next line is line 31. Total direct support came in at 303,000 and our budget is 299. So we're right in line with budget. We wouldn't be without the 55K Otto Bremer grant that is on line 26. So without those, we would have been a little short, but we're right in line right now. Next, I'd like to go all the way down to line 66, which is net camping revenue. Give you a second to get there. We came in at 118,299. Our budget is 115,480. So we're at budgeted amounts right now. Good camp participation. Next, total support and revenue, line 75. Our budget was 550,000. We came in at 547, right in line with the budget. Next, we'll take a look at expenses, line 82, total employee expenses. Our budget was 360. We came in at 331,000. Of course, short staff for part of the year, a couple of a position open. So about $30,000 under budget there. Next, we'll take a look at just total expenses because everything else is pretty much in line with budget for the most part. Total expenses line 101 is 531. Our budgeted expenses were total 577. So we are about 30 to 40,000 under what we had in our budget, and most of that's from employees compensation and employee expenses being down. Overall, our surplus, we were budgeted to actually have a deficit of 27,000. On line 102, we came in with a surplus of 16,000. So we're about 40 to 50,000 positive. It's close to being in line with budget. Finally, I'd like to mention a lot of how we shake out at the end of the year is going to depend on the popcorn sale. I did talk with Joe and he said there's about $270,000 worth of product that's out in the streets right now. So if we have a good popcorn sale, this budget, our financials will look great. If we kind of stumble across the finish line, then they won't. So a lot's going to depend on how the end of the year popcorn sale goes. Next, we'll take a look at the statement of financial position. First account I'd like to take a look at is the operating fund cash, line 11. We're sitting with 183,000 in the bank. Last year it was 258. Next item I'd really like to point is payable. We are sitting with a note payable of only $15,000. There it is, line 36. Last year we were at 174. Of course, that's from our pay down from some of the contributions from the Centennial campaign and other campaigns. Our total liabilities, line 46, is sitting at 98,000. And last year we were at 354. So we're moving in the right direction. I would also like to point out in the capital fund, line 36, we still do have the $285,000 note, which was on the camp remodeling from years ago. So that hasn't come down, but overall, we've been able to pay down some of our debt, which has been great. Next, I'd just like to speak briefly about the audit. All of you have gotten the audit report and hopefully had a chance to review it. I know it's exhilarating to read through. I was enthralled. I'll just take a minute. Tom Tigler prepared our responses. We did have some findings. Okay, first, we received an unmodified report, which is the best report you can receive. But we did have some significant deficiencies. So within an audit, there's significant deficiencies, which are things you need to clean up. And the next level of it is material weaknesses. That's a little bit worse to have material weaknesses. Normally lead to more findings, but we only had significant deficiencies. We had 3 of them this year. The first one is financial accounting and reporting finding. It's because we don't prepare any of the footnote disclosures for our own financial statements, which this is common with smaller organizations. Most of the time, the auditor prepares the footnote disclosures for the organization. So currently, we're just going to rely on Whipley to prepare those disclosures, but as such, it is a significant deficiency, and that'll probably be there, as long as we have audits would be my guess. So the committee didn't recommend any changes to our process because it would be, we'd have to hire a staff member who knew footnote disclosures, which are complex. The second significant deficiency was segregation of duties. This has to do with handling of cash, who handles the bookkeeping, who does the reconciliations. We're trying to have all those responsibilities segregated between different people. With organizations our size, this is a common finding as well. And there's really nothing we can do to fix it because it is a smaller organization. So again, with the size of the organization we realize that it is an issue. However, steps to take care of it, we don't have the staff size to undertake that. Of course, we will look, we will review our process as the audit committee and work with them to try and come up with a better process for next time. Finally, the third significant deficiency is we had some accounting reconciliation issues with some of our checking accounts, depository accounts, and money market accounts. We had about $40,000 of understated assets. So what that means is after the audit was complete, we had an additional $40,000 of cash that we didn't have on our books. Now, this is a good way to, do we want to clean that up? Of course we do. But what you don't want to have happen is have the audit and have $40,000 less than what you had before. So our financial statements were understated when it comes to the amount of cash we had. So it was good. We want to clean up the accounting of it and clean up the reconciliation process. However, we actually had more cash than what we thought. So, we'll look at getting that cleaned up for next year for the audit as well. If anyone has any questions, I'm not there to answer. So I guess you can ask Joe. And I hope you have a good day.